If you're trying to make the best build you possibly can, the most important thing you need to focus on are the badges. So I have this tier list to show you what the best badges are, starting with Intimidator. Intimidator increases your chances of stumbling the ball carrier, and it depletes more stamina once you make contact with them on defense. So Intimidator is going to go in A tier. Acrobat. So Acrobat lowers the shot penalty you get once you're doing like a flat, like the double clutch layup and 360 layup, or a reverse dunk. Acrobat is going to go in A tier, above Intimidator. You're going to need this badge. I think bigs need this badges a lot, especially if you're going to do reverse dunks, but forwards need this build the most, and it boosts your percentage by a lot if you have an Acrobat rather than not having Acrobat. Post Anchor. Post Anchor is going to go in A tier. Let's see. Yeah, right here. Post Anchor. Post scores are really good in this game, but we haven't tested it in multiplayer yet. But so far, based on what we have seen, post scores are really good in this game. So Anchor is going to be in A tier. Ankle Breaker. Ankle Breaker is going to go in A tier, top of A tier. Ankle Breaker is one of the best, if not the best badge for playmakers to have. And if you're someone who likes the ISO, you're going to need Ankle Breaker. Enforcer's going to go in A tier. Enforcer increases your strength when you're making contact on hop steps, drop steps, strong pushes, and driving dunks. This badge is going to be used a lot by forwards and bigs, so I'll put it above the rest of these badges since the strength boost is going to be crucial for when you're making contact with other players around the rim. Deep range. Deep range is our first S tier badge. I'm not gonna lie, every single build needs deep range. Like, even if it's on bronze, you're still gonna need deep range. For shooters, diamond deep range is probably the best badge they could have. You can shoot from anywhere on the court, and you cannot go without this badge if you want to build that can shoot. Adrenaline, this lowers your penalty when you have low stamina. So if you have low stamina and trying to shoot standing, an off dribble, or a drift shot, this lowers your the penalty you get from shooting with low stamina. This is gonna go in B tier since I don't think it's fully needed. Well, I think it's only needed for point guards and big men, since big men are typically going to have low stamina, and point guards are the main ball handlers, so they might be at low stamina at times. The reason why it's not in A tier is because all these badges are more important than Adrenaline. I'd rather have these badges than Adrenaline. Brickwall. Brickwall is S tier. In RB 4, Brickwall was probably top 3 badges. I can't lie. If you played, you didn't even have to play League to know that Brickwall was one of the best badges in the game. Even in Rec Center or in Park, Brickwall was one of the most annoying badges that you could go against. And I doubt that that's going to change for RB5. So I think Brickwall gets his S tier spot. Interceptor. Interceptor, I'm going to put an A tier above Enforcer. Interceptor increases your steal and block range. Well, for block, it's when you're trying to tip a pass. It increases the range of that. And increases your steal range also when you're trying to tip a pass. I think Interceptor is going to be needed for defenders. And it's going to be a good badge for once multiplayer comes out, since it's going to be easy. Well, if you have like gold or diamond interceptor, it's going to be easy for you to steal passes and tip passes. Dauntless is going to go in B tier. Dauntless increases the shot penalty on late defenders when you're going in for a layup, floater, or dunk. So if someone's late to contest you, Dauntless will lower the contest that they give. The reason why it's in B tier is because I don't think like this badge is, I mean, it's decent. I say it's decent since it's like for late contest and not for contest in general. So, I don't think it deserves to be an A tier. Dimer is an S tier. Dimer has always been a meta badge from RB World 3 up until now. I don't think that's going to change. Dimer has always been good. Well, it's mostly for point guards, playmakers, but you don't even need to be a playmaker to run Dimer. Dimer is just too good of a badge to put it below S tier. Break Stopper. Break Stopper is going to go in D tier. Who uses Break Stopper? This badge is actually horrible. You do not need this badge at all. Don't run this badge at bronze, silver, gold. Don't run it at all. Bullet Pass, C tier. Bullet Pass speeds up your passing on overhead passes and chest passes. It's okay. It's just there. I mean, if you want to run it, you can. It's not needed at all. There's way better badges to run than Bullet Pass. It's not needed. It's gonna be in C tier. Clamps, B, low A tier. Clamps reduces the blow by range for if someone's trying to blow by you. If you have good strength in clamps, no one will be able to blow by you, even if it's not a diamond. So clamps will be in A tier. Clutch up will be in C tier. Clutch up only works. First of all, it only works late in the game, and it only works in the last minutes of the game. So you're not going to be using this badge for the majority, if not the entire game, for when you're playing. so it's gonna be in C tier. You do not need this badge. Break starter is gonna be in D tier with break stopper. You do not need this badge. Please don't run it. You're wasting your badge points. There's way better badges to run. Do not use this. Do not use this. Extinguisher will be in B tier. Extinguisher, well, when you do like a good, when you clamp someone up and you do a good defensive action, it like drains their takeover meter by more. This is good for if the team has momentum and you gotta stop, and it drains the person's take a lot. This is good, but it's below adrenaline and dauntless. It's not that useful, but it's useful. Focus shot will be A tier. Will be, let's see, yeah, below enforcer. Focus shot reduces late contest on off dribbles, post shots, standing shots. The reason why it's an A tier and not an S is because it only works for late contest. So in RB4 it worked for contest in general, so you could shoot smothers over people and still have a good percentage. So but in RB5 is different, so this will go in A tier. Consistent finisher will go C tier, top of C tier. Consistent finisher is that every time you make a layup, it boosts your percentage by a little bit for 4 stacks until it maxes out. In RB4, consistent was way better than this. I don't know why jokes changed it, I can't lie, but consistent's not that good no more. If you have to consecutively make layups, so for this badge is mostly for like forwards and big men, but if you miss a single layup, then the stacks remove and then the badge becomes useless until you make a shot again. So this badge will be in C tier. Floor general will go in B tier, above extinguisher. The floor general boosts your teammates' take meter every time you do something good. I don't think this works for scoring and assists, but I think it works for like if you get a steal or if you get fast break scores, stuff like that, or if you tip a pass. If it does work for scoring and assists, I will put this low S or very high A tier. But for now, since we don't know how it works, I'm gonna put it in B tier. Alright, hustle will be in B tier. Above, let's say like, not above dauntless. I'll say here. Hustle boosts your speed when you're around like a loose ball, and if you test this badge in practice on diamond, it's actually pretty fast. The speed boost is noticeable. It's pretty fast. Well, you have to test it in multiplayer to see really how good it is, but based on what I've seen, it's just a mid badge. There's way better badges this time around in RB5, but hustle isn't bad. You could run it if you want. This actually, it's okay. Hot stopper, C tier, above clutch up. Hot stopper boosts your take meter once you do good defensive actions. Like if you get a steal, or if you tip a pass, stuff like that, or if you get like a forced pickup. It's in C tier because there's way better badges to run. I don't even think you need this even as a defender, because you could just run interceptor or clamps or even anchor or intimidator. It's just a waste of badge points, I can't lie. It's just way better badges to run. Late contender will be in B tier. Above floor general. Yeah, above floor general. Late contender gives you contests when you're late to contest somebody. So if you're like kind of far away, and if you have enough time to get close, but not close enough to get good contest, late contender will give you that little boost of contest. Late contenders, it's okay. I mean, you could run this like on a defender or even on a big man, but you don't really need it. There's better badges to run, but it's okay. It's just okay. It'll go in B tier. Hot shot will go in C tier. Above hot stopper. Hot shot boosts your take meter once you make a shot. It works for standing, off dribble, and drift shots. You don't need hot shot. I can't lie. Even on a true shooter, you don't need hot shot. There's too many good badges this year. You don't need it. I mean, if you have like that one last badge point, I guess you could put it on bronze hot shot. But other than that, you do not need it. Mismatcher will go in need to wait for gameplay. Mismatcher boosts your shot succession. Mismatcher boosts your shot succession when you're laying up on a taller defender, laying up or dunking on a taller defender. Since multiplayer is not out, I can't really give this a ranking. So I made a tier just for badges that we need to wait for multiplayer for. Inside score will go in B tier, above hustle. Inside score increase the range of where you could take floaters and hook shots. So this is going to be for post scorers and forwards. Well, probably slashers and post scorers. So it's in B tier because it increases the range of where you could take it. So you could take it like super deep mid after you do a hot back in the post. It's going to be pretty good. Pick and play. Sadly, pick and play is in D tier. I really like, once I seen the badge that it boosts your speed after you hit a screen, I really thought that pick and roll was going to be meta, but it probably still is meta since brick wall is good. But pick and play, it doesn't boost your speed by a lot. It boosts it by like 4% on diamond. It's actually useless. I really thought this badge would have been good, but it's in D tier. Hot assist be in C tier, above bullet pass. Hot assist boosts your takeover meter once you make an assist. It's nothing really much to explain about it. It's just like hot shot, but for assist. You don't need it. I can't lie. If you have your last badge point, you could put it into bronze hot assist. But other than that, there's way better badges to run. You don't need it. Pick dodger, S tier. Pick dodger has always been good. In RB4, pick dodger was great. since the main offenses in RB4 were pick and roll and off ball. So it's great. It's perfect for defenders, especially since everyone has 99 lateral or things of that nature. Pick dodgers needed. Even if you're a non-defender, most guards have 90, high 90 to max speed. Pick dodger is great. You'll need it. Hot finisher will go above hot shot. Hot finisher is just like hot shot and hot assist, but it boosts your takeover meter for hook shots, dunks, and layups. Again, self-explanatory. It's not needed. Way better badges to run. Don't waste your badge points. Lob pass. Lob pass will go in B tier. Below late contender. Lob pass. Lob pass was decent in RB4, but I wouldn't say that it's really a must-have badge like the A tiers and S tiers are. But it's just there if you need it. I mean, if you want it, you could put it on silver and it'll still be good. Silver or bronze. You don't need it above silver, to be honest. So it'll just be in B tier since it's just a mid badge. Pull up will go top of B tier. Pull up boosts how fast your off dribbles are. The reason why it's in B tier and not in A is because since there's no deceleration on defense, badge is gonna be useful, but it's not gonna be like as good as focus shot or ankle breaker or diamond or deep range. It's just you can have it on, but there's better diamond badges to have than pull up. Lane passer. Lane passer is below hustle B tier. Lane passer decreases the percentage of you getting a steal once you throw a pass between people. So in RB4, if you do a pass between someone, you'd most likely get the ball stolen by that person. But lane passer will decrease that chance that it gets stolen. So in B tier because you're not really supposed to be passing in between people since that gives up easy steals. But it's okay if you want it. It's okay because if the ball doesn't get stolen, then that's an easy point for you. That's an easy layup, easy dunk, whatever. Post tech is going to go above late contender, B tier, but below lane passer. Post tech, I would have put post tech in A tier, but I've heard that post tech has gotten nerfed, so and people say it's not as good anymore. So post tech will be in B tier. Post tech was really good in RB4 I meant. Post tech was really good in RB4, but in RB5 people saying it's got nerfed, so it's gonna be in B tier since people say it's not as useful. I haven't tested post tech myself, but based on what people have been saying, post tech will be in B tier. Quick chain will be in B tier, below floor general. Unfortunately, handles are very slow in RB5, I can't lie. In RB4, well, diamond quick chain is slower than base handles in RB4. I can't lie, I tested it. No quick handles in RB4 is faster than diamond quick chain. If you don't believe me, test it yourself. It's actually slow, unfortunately. I don't know how ISO is gonna be in RB5. So it's in B tier. It's not good as I thought it would be. Magnet is going to be in the wait for gameplay tier. Magnet boosts your block range. So multiplayer isn't out, so there's no way that I could give this a clear ranking yet. If multiplayer was here, I'd probably put it in A tier. And in RB4 it was S tier. But since this only blocks from behind, I think it only blocks from behind this time around, so it'd still be an A tier. So you could still get chase down blocks with Magnet, but it wouldn't be an S tier. I'd say it'd be high A tier. Posterizer would be in D tier because in RB4 posterizer was not useful at all. I don't think that's changing for RB5. Even if there's descriptions of what it does, I don't think it's gonna be useful. It's gonna stay the same in my opinion. Spot up is A tier. Above intimidator. Spot up, it boosts your sock succession when you're staying still for 1.5 seconds. This is gonna be good for bigs. I'd say good for corner sit. No, not corners. Well, yeah, good for corner sitting, but I say good for stretches, since stretches are most likely going to be sitting on the wing or in the corner, and they're going to need that extra sock succession, especially if they're shooting a little deep. Spot up is pretty good, I'd say. Rebounder is S tier. Say below pick dodger. A rebounder speeds up your rebounding animation. So if you are trying to get a board over someone, rebounder will speed that time up. You can get the board. So you most likely snag the rebound before someone else can if you have gold or diamond rebounder. Putback king above ankle breaker. Putback king increases your shot succession on layup dunks and floaters after getting a rebound. This is like the second chance from RB4, but I think this is better since it gives you more of a percent boost and it lasts for longer. So I think this will be good, especially if you're a good rebounder. I think this badge will be really good for you, since it'll be easy putbacks after you get a rebound. Slithery will be top of A tier. Slithery reduces contact once you're going up for a layup or a dunk. In RB4, Slithery was very good. I'd say broken even. I would put this in S tier, but I don't think it's needed for every single build. So and these 5 here, I say these are the meta badges that are a must-have on builds. So, and I don't think Slithery makes that cut. You could argue for low S on Slithery, but I would say it's super high A tier. Slithery is good for, I'd say, almost every archetype, like, but it's mostly for, I'd say, playmakers. I'd say slashing big men and slashing forwards. I'd say that, but it's in high A tier. I wouldn't put it in the meta. Quick finish, Jesus. I don't know why this badge exists. This boosts your, it doesn't even boost your shot succession. It boosts quick finish, increases your good release window on open layups. I do not know why Jokes made this badge. If you have an open layup, it's easy to time layups. You do not need this badge. Do not run it. Please delete your build if you have this badge. You messed up. Second win is an S tier. Second win gives you stamina back after a change of possession. I think this badge is needed on every single build you make, even if it's on bronze. Getting stamina back after possession is actually broken. I can't lie, because you getting, let's say you're an ISO player, you wasted almost all your stamina, you score, possession's over, you got no stamina. This will give you some stamina back so you can run back on defense. I think that's really good and will be really useful, especially when League comes out in the coming months. Rhythm Shooter will go in B tier above Dauntless, but below Adrenaline. Rhythm Shooter boosts your shot succession for 4 stacks. So you have to make 4 shots in a row, and it boosts your shot succession every time you make those shots up until 4. The reason why it's in B tier is because, let's say you make 2 shots, and then you miss the next one. Then that boost is gone. So you just have, I think if you are consecutively making shots, like let's say you make 5 shots in a row, I don't think Rhythm Shooter is that needed, because that means you're shooting open shots and you don't really need a percentage boost if you're shooting open shots and you have like 93 or something. I think there's better badges to run, but Rhythm Shooter is good. Space Creator, same B tier, below Dauntless. Space Creator boosts your speed on hop steps, Euro steps. I don't know if it stuns as it did in RB4, but it's in B tier since I don't think it'll be as good as people are hyping it up to be, since there's no deceleration on defense. So I'm sure that you'll be able to recover even if someone does a super fast hopback with Diamond Space Creator. I don't think it's as good as people say they are. If you disagree, let me know why, but I do not think this will be as good as any of these badges in A tier or S tier. Second chance will be top of C tier. This lowers your chances of getting cold if you're playing like shit in a game. I don't think this is needed at all. I can't lie, but because if you're playing bad, I don't even know how to feel about this. Like, you shouldn't. I mean, everyone plays like shit, like sometimes, right? But if you're playing that bad to a point where you need a badge to help you out with it, then I don't know what to tell you. I can't lie. Steady Defender will go in A tier. Bottom of A tier. Steady Defender reduces your chance of getting ankle broken. So this is good for defenders. Along with Clamps, Intimidator, Steady Defender will be good, especially if you like hounding people. If you hound people full court, this will lower the chance of them ankle breaking you. I'd say this badge is pretty good. This will be good. Yeah, I think it'll be decent for League when it comes out in the coming months. Tight handles will be A tier. Above, spot up. I've heard that Jokes increase the chance of you getting the ball knocked loose if you don't have this badge. So this badge will be needed for point guards, since you will be ISOing at some point in time, I'd say. So you do need this badge, probably at least at silver, then you'll be fine. But you should run this badge if you are a point guard. Tireless Defender, this will go in D tier. Above quick finish. Tireless Defender reduces your stamina that you get from making contact on defense. I do not think this is needed, since, I mean, I guess it's good for hounding, but that's what you have Steady Defender and Intimidator for. I don't think this needed. There's way better badges to run. You could run it at like bronze or something, but it's pretty mid badge, I can't lie. Nah, you don't need it, even as a defender. Quick Shot will go in D tier. Quick Shot, it used to boost your shot succession on standing shots, but now it doesn't. Now it boosts your good release window, which you do not need. It's very easy to time in RB5, even easier than RB4 in my opinion. So you do not need a badge that makes your good release window bigger, unless you can't time. But if you can time, you do not need this badge at all. Tough shots will go in S tier. You need tough shots, especially on guards, even forwards. I don't know. I don't think you need them on forwards, but for guards, this is the badge to go at diamond or gold. This helps you on off dribbles and drift shots. You need this. This is basically the RB4, acrobat, and off dribble in one badge. This is, I would put it above deep range, but deep range you need it for every build. I'd say every build, even at bronze. So I will put this second place as being the best badge in the game. Tireless dribbler, I will put this bottom of A tier. Tireless dribbler reduces your stamina when doing dribble moves. This is going to be really good for point guards, I'd say, especially if you like isoing. The stamina drain without it is pretty big, so I'd say you need this at least silver if as a point guard. Tricky will go B tier. Let's say below quick chain. I've heard that Tricky is not as good as it was in RB4, but it's still useful to a point where you could put out like silver and you'll be fine. This is good, I say, for point guards and big men. For big men, if you're tricking out of a layup to a teammate who's wide open, I guess silver Tricky would be good for you. For point guards, same thing. For tricking out of an acro or something, Tricky at silver would be just fine. Whistle will go in. Need to wait for gameplay. This increases your shooting foul range. So no multiplayer. I can't test this yet, but I would probably put this in mid A tier. If the range is actually pretty big, I put this maybe even not S, mid A tier. This is how I see the badges in RB5. Let me know if you agree or disagree with me. Leave a like and a sub, and I'll see y'all in the next one.